Y'all ever seen that XKCD comic about experts trying to account for the fact that the layperson doesn't know very much about something, but still wildly overestimate people's familiarity, nonetheless? How many of y'all have played Snakebird, or have heard of it? Because, to me, that question is, oh yeah, like everyone here, absolutely. But moments later, I go like, no, that's probably just me, isn't it? Anyway, what's a snakebird? Yep. See? Bringing me back down to reality. So, today we are going to be looking at the game Nimbus. This is the first release by Noumenon Games. I believe that's how that's pronounced. N-O-U... one second here. Why is my Steam library not... One sec. N-O-U-M-E-N-O-N. Noumenon. And this is their first Nimbus is their first project, released October 25th, 2010. But they are more famous for their release of Snakebird, which came out later, because it is a very charming and cute-looking 2D puzzle game that you could consider to be a black diamond in terms of puzzle game difficulty. Snakebird is very famously super difficult in spite of the cute visuals of it, enough so that they actually released a sequel game called Snakebird Primer in 2019 that is designed to be a puzzle game that is where the ending difficulty of Snakebird Primer is approximately the early game difficulty of Snakebird. Spruce Juice chiming in, how cute Snakebird looks is so incredibly deceptive. That's right. But we may take a look at those games today. I'm not fully sure, but the main feature of today is going to be Nimbus, because it is their first project, and I think it does a really sort of interesting... I don't know what genre to call this. A physics speedrunning game? That's not inaccurate. A physics puzzler? That's not inaccurate. A precision platformer? That's not wrong. But let's take a look at it, shall we? And perhaps you can come up with a description for it. Alright. Should get feed in a second here. Hopefully. Come on, Nimbus. It also isn't recognizing my controller, so I guess I'm using keyboard for this. Yeah, no image. I know. Might do an emergency method if I need to. Capture any full screen application. That might work. It's annoying because this worked earlier in testing. Okay. Let's delete this game capture and make a new one, I guess. Y'all can hear me at least, though, right? Like, I'm working on it. I'm working on it, folks. I'm trying. I'm trying. Can hear me. Good, good. Nimbus Alt Cap. Yeah, the volume mixer. That's what I want. Thanks. Okay. Well, I have a alternate thing I could do here. We are going to run this game windowed. And thus at a little bit lower of a resolution. Beeble. Okay. Game capture. Cap. Capture specific window. Nimbus. Cool. Although I noticed that I did not actually pick a widescreen resolution, so that's cool. We'll get there, folks. We'll get there. Okay. We got there. Yeah, the reason it's been going back to going to black over and over is because in order to change resolution in this game, you need to restart the entire application. 2010's video games, folks. Okay. We should now be good. Dial in the volume on this a little bit. So, if we hold left, our ship does this. If we hold right, our ship does this. This game is rotational in its controls. In addition, we don't have a way to accelerate apart from gravity. If we hit down, we arrow brake. If we hit up, absolutely nothing happens. French onion soup. So this is a level that's basically impossible to fail. If we land in a cannon, we can aim it and then press up. And that will shoot us out. Your goal in this game is not to get stranded. There's a big old coin over there, so we can fly our way over. If there's anything above us. Are the game visuals stuttery for y'all? I'm seeing, like, this game's running a very smooth FPS, but visually looking at the stream, it's kinda... Okay. That is simply my preview, then. This is a checkpoint. If you die, you will respawn from it 5 times. That's a speed run. Oh, so cute. Yeah, this game is. As you collect coins, you get access to new little customizable cosmetic options. Bounce platforms will maintain your momentum, but if you're going slow enough, they will actually give you a bit of freebie momentum, which allows you to do techniques like that. Trampoline platforms break physics a little bit unless you're going fast enough, in which case they act how you would expect. I don't know if you can hear my intense keyboarding or not, but I'm needing to... There's something a little suspicious about this one here. Only slightly. Alright. So we don't have the momentum to get up there. Considering that I couldn't get the controller to detect correctly, might just have to deal with a little bit of keyboard noise. Secret exits. Doink. These are omnidirectional accelerators. Touch them and they speed you up, whatever direction you're going. There's absolutely more up there. Damn, so close. Secret area. Ha! There we go. Boom. But yeah, the design on this game is neat because of levels like this, where if you are a fan of obscene precision platforming, there's these accelerator pads that you can use in order to just shoot through this gauntlet at extreme speeds. But also, you don't gotta. Danger, danger. Oh, checkpoint. No! Secret levels, eh? Absolutely a secret up there in some way. Just gonna have to get as much height in order to find out what, though. Climb all the way up. And then all the way back down. Pop. Hey, Soul. Forced movement tracks. Not quite a boost pad like the ones we saw before, but they do in fact provide you a little bit of speed. Just a tiny bit. My slime be bouncy. Not mine, no. Chilling out by relaxing with precision platformers. That's Moo. But yeah, over the last couple of days, I've helped 2 separate folks move in to places. So 2 weeks in a row on Friday. You may have noticed that I missed the Friday streams, and that is why. I have been assisting folks in getting moved in. Unicids, hello. What's up? You're wonderful, Unicids. I feel incredibly honored to consider you a friend. Moo, moo, moo. 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 guess that's for climbing back up. Red lasers are simply level boundary. You touch it, you die. Moo Moo Meadows. Very active chat for what was supposed to be just kind of a... I'm gonna be real, folks. Because of how tired I am from the last 2 weeks. This game was kind of my emergency button for sleepy phone it in. But hello everyone. That feels like a secret up there. One that I'm too late to collect. That's not a bounce pad. Everyone loves Moo.
Gifted 10 subscriptions to the community.
Multiple things just happened there. I thought I would stick in that spot, so I took a swig of water.
GC the Gray Area gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
And then I disconnected from it because I lost momentum. And then I got the skip sub notifications all while I was chugging water. Bop. The Nimbus ship will never be ballin', they said. Toggleable switches can be turned on and off. This feels sus. Maybe not. Did you know that bees will play with little marbles as a form of enrichment even when the marbles are not along their way? Bees will happily just roll around a ball for the sake of it. Something Dusk the Umbreon and bees have in common. Roll ball. Yep. Capable of using tools too. And a similar thing, they put a treat up top on the ceiling in a way that's unreachable unless they roll a marble to a specific position for which they can climb on top of. Going back to this level because I'm pretty sure there's a secret exit, judging by the world map. Doink. Yep. They sleep in flowers, too. Which honestly makes a lot of sense, because how would you sleep in the actual hive? That does not seem like... Can I gain momentum using this thing? Too far. Yeah, see, there's a busted bridge leading upward, which makes me think mysterious. Tiny bounce pad near the top to accelerate. Actually, here we go. And that's why those exist there. To be a hazard. What if I knock the ball the other direction? I feel like I'm onto something, but not sure what. Doink. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Wild. Absolutely wild. Scary. So I think what I need to do is I need to use that portal in order to gain momentum, while also not getting hit by the spike ball. Which seems like kind of a tall order. Unless... this is fairly safe. It also looks like it queues us up where I will wait a moment if the teleport exit is blocked. See? Donk. Always liked this particular song. Right? This game's kind of simple, but it does kind of rule. Wow, this is a big level. Okay. 5 lives. I think I get it. Let the ball accelerate. And you can see there's that other ball that's going to press the red switch for us, so we let it accelerate just enough. Now we redirect it. And that has launched it somewhere. Probably. That probably achieved something. Ah, there was a wall here. Boom. Coin not collected. Grill. Completely arbitrary grill. Anime hair vents? What does that mean? Oh! Neat. That achieved something, probably. I wonder if that, like, got me an achievement or something. That seems very arbitrary. I think I'm gonna have to look this up, because I'm, for whatever reason, not conceptualizing anime hair vent. I just gotta, hold on. Oh, I can't. I can't punch the meat off the grill. Oh, okay. Okay. I have never heard that term before. A task of this game would probably look pretty sick. cat ear mimic. That is a permanent green switch off timer. Ha! Made it. Secret area. Ah! Clang, 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 clang. What? No. Hope y'all are having a lovely day. News idea of a chill activity, my idea of a nerve-wracking one. Yep. Hey, at least this game isn't a bullet hell, right? You know, moments after I said that, I sort of took a mental inventory of what I know about the game. And, Dusty, I would really like that checkpoint. Oh, okay. That's why. I got scared. Okay, I need to approach that differently. Maybe I should actually explore the level to see if there's any better opportunities for acceleration gaining as opposed to just... Yeah, you know, like being higher up. Beeble. So, schedule-wise, Wednesday will continue to be Titanium Court. We are getting maybe close to what could be a stopping point for that game. And then, likely Friday, I will probably only need one more episode for IB. And after that, I will be doing one of two things. I'm not sure which. Actually, I suppose it doesn't matter, because if I have two things planned and I have two series ending around the same time, then I'll be doing both, no matter what I pick. It just ends up being which day does a certain thing happen. Help the ball. Ball, the help goes both ways. Please help. Okay, there. Bestie, please. Ball is life. Slam Sara. Bye-bye, Unicids. Hold on. I need to do the thing. I only have my MS Paint draft ready, so... Bye-bye! Oh, you missed it? That's easy enough. Hello. Hello. So, two different projects. Two different games that I want to highlight. One, this is kind of open secret at this point, but I would like to do a revisit of an old series and an old developer highlight. When I first started out, I did sort of a, again, because of my view of kind of treating this like a book club, are wanting to approach games from like a book club-esque lens. I like looking at the bodies of work by specific developers. And so we will be returning to one of those that I left unfinished and also did not run the ideal version of the game for, because I didn't realize that there was a sort of like community fix patch version. So, a developer highlight and revisit of a game that I have highlighted early on in my career, back when I had essentially like 2 or 3 people that ever chatted. I've come a long way. That's all thanks to y'all. And then the other one, I think it would be funny if I just explained it purely in Mithridacy. Big stretch, hold on. Ugh. As a reminder, Mithridacy is a term invented by the Fallen London games that refers to the art of misleading without telling a single word of lies. So, don't say anything incorrect, but very distinctly withhold information in a way that lets the listener draw the wrong conclusion, or the conclusion that you're trying to make them think of without actually being allowed to say what you're trying to express. Ow. The game I will be playing that I want to highlight is a retro game in which the president decides, I'm sick of being president. I'm going to host a contest, and whoever wins becomes the new president. It is a sort of open world exploration game where you can go around and talk to people and partake in various challenges and mini games and various silly stuff in order to eventually reach your goal of becoming president of the world, question mark? Oh, and yeah, that was a bullet hell. Reset the clock. This level is a bullet hell. So yes, it is a open world exploration game with an economy, a very simple and sort of charmingly half-baked city builder, where your goal is to become the president of the world. Released on the PlayStation 2, I believe. Originally only for Japanese audiences, but it did get an English localization via a PAL release. I'm not sure if there was an official US release or not. I think there was, but it didn't get very big of a print run or something. But once again, there is a very important detail that I am glossing over, but nonetheless my description is completely valid. You can play golf. You can build a city. You can receive emails. In-game emails from fans of your efforts to become president or residents of your city. No. I think it's just called, like, the woodcutter in the lake or something like that. But it's a little story that is also referenced in the game where a woodcutter accidentally drops their axe into a lake, and then a goddess shows up and holds up two separate axes, one made of silver and one made of gold, and then asks the lumberjack, "Did you drop the silver axe into the lake just now, or this gold one?" To which the lumberjack says, "No, it was neither of those." And then she appreciates his honesty and something something. For not being a liar. And that story is represented in that game, mystery game I'm talking about. And because of the thing that I've left out, because of the core detail, that core detail turns this game that I'm describing into one of the most charming games I know of. The secret detail makes the game very cute. Pet sim. In what sense? Like, in the sense of you also raise pets for this, or... Ooh, Conley's actively trying to look up games based on the details I gave. Yeah? What do you think it is, Conley? Sure, we'll turn this into a game. If you actually get it right, I'll announce it. If you can name one of the different names of the games, because it has different names in different regions, and if you can identify the detail that I'm overlooking. Metropolis Mania. Let me make absolutely sure that that is not one of the other names it's known under. But I believe the answer is no. Definitely not. That is not it. I like levels when there's just a universal booster loop. I will note that the city building aspects are very, very perfunctory. It's mostly just people asking, "I want to move into a city of some kind. Do you know where I could set up a flower shop?" And then you tell them, "I know a place where you can set up a flower shop. It's called the city that I made." And they go, "Oh," and now there's a flower shop there, and that's it. Like, it's very, very simple of a city building element. But nonetheless, it's in the game. Oh yeah, after the World Cup, I saw a clip of the Sam and Max becomes president episode, in which Max, after the results of the World Cup recently, the just audio clip of Max declaring, "I am going to bring the United States into a universal setting of world peace, so we can all join forces against the awful Belgians." I saw someone salty about the World Cup results posting that one. My friends? My friends? My friends? It's time for a surprise announcement. My friends. So, Conley, there's one last detail you need to get here. What is the important detail that I glossed over while describing this game? It should be pretty obvious now that you've looked at it. Not just that, Conley. Everyone in this game are sentient cars. The car president of the world decides that he is done being car president and sets up a racing championship to be the method for determining what the next car president should be. You can set up a village for other cars to set up their own flower shops.
GC the Gray Area gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
You can play golf as a car. You can fly around after you get some... Can you fly? Can't remember. You can ski jump, you can drive around, but yes. Our next Friday or Wednesday feature is going to be Road Trip Adventure.
Tality Havoc gifted 10 subscriptions to the community.
Road Trip Adventure is the English localized name for the game, but Choro Q. Yes, Choro Q is the original, and they are a series... Choro Q, I believe, are a series of capsule toy little pullback wind-up cars. Here, let me just get a little picture of a Choro Q vehicle here. But they decided to just localize it as Road Trip Adventure. But yes, it is a tie-in game for the series of little pullback toy cars, and it is the cutest thing in the world. And like I said, there's a reference to the, did you drop a golden axe or a silver axe into this lake? And the goddess of the lake praises you for being a kind soul. And in this game, the goddess of the lake is an F1 car. This game rules so incredibly much. And it's open world. And you talk to people by ramming into them. This game is incredible, and I am very looking forward to showing it to you. F1 car of the lake, what is your wisdom? Welcome to the bar in Peachtown. Do you know about Choro Q coins? Vroom vroom. But yes, the president, which resides in the cloud city of heaven, wants to let someone else do the job of presidenting. And so sets up a worldwide series of championships and racing contests. And the winner of the Grand Cup will be president. And you can see there's a little coffee sign on top of the protagonist there, and that is a mechanic where sometimes people will ask you, hey, I could use some advertisements for my business, and I'll pay you if you have this little sign attached to your car, and I'll pay you by the mile. And so that is one of the ways you can earn money. Is by just sticking a little cute coffee sign on top of your car. On top of yourself. If we are cars, I guess that the terminology goes like that. This game... I'm excited. As you can tell. Anyway. This level reverses gravity. My name's Troka, and this is my favorite coffee shop in town. Hee hee hee, I am the goddess of this lake. Hee hee hee, you have a pure soul. Whoops. But yes, that will become either a Wednesday feature or a Friday feature of some kind. Wait a second. Oh yeah. This is peak gaming. If your video game doesn't have a physics puzzle where you knock over some dominoes, then I'm not interested. But yeah, Wednesday or Friday, and I guess that means we're going from one sentient vehicle game to another. Ah, I get it. Shoot through this level as fast as possible. Get rewarded if you go full blaze. Seems like a tall order. Full blaze it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hold the brake until a designated point. Let's say there. Guess we're doing this then. fast. No full stop right there and see how that works for us. Oh, how's this gonna do? Damn. That's brutal. This probably serves some kind of purpose. Yep, there we go. So now that you've seen a bit of this game, what descriptors would y'all use for this? I mean, once again, I'm in a bullet hell, so there's that obvious answer. But momentum-based precision platformer? Sort of put this in the same ballpark as something like Dust Force. Alright, platforms, therefore platformer. Ugh, inverted gravity is so disorienting. See, it's one of those things, though, like, where if you were to compare this to Super Meat Boy, like, if you were to describe that to somebody, I feel like they would get really the wrong impression. Which I think is kind of what's interesting about this game, is it kind of defies clean delineation like that. Snuck through. Oh, it's one of these things. Alright, I guess. Oh, no, you don't. Damn it. Whoa! That was kind of scary. Okay, again, need to do this real careful. That should do it. Nice. Bonus coin. Can't say I've ever heard of that one, Havoc. Dr. Plummett's House of Flux? Strange name.
Dustin O'Reilly just subscribed for 4 months.
Beeble wah-woo ah-wah-wah. I should make it so messages get read out. I just never bothered to get that set up. Beeble wah-woo ah-wah-wah. This is video gaming. Everyone loves this type of level. Especially when gravity's shifting, so your controls are weird and wobbly at every given time. Or it's easy to forget what direction gravity is actually going in. No. No. Head over here and side swipe the corner so it goes down and then right immediately. Like that. And all we need is down. Oh, thank God. Time to never do that level ever again. We had a bunch of weird shareware stuff back in the day. Oh, I see what the game wants of me. Wants me to find a way to shoot the ball into that spot. As a kid, I had access to Galaxy of Games, which was a maybe pirated bundle of shareware demos. Or something like that. Pretty sure one of the Pets games, PETZ, was on there too. Which... to those who don't know, or to those who have never heard of the Pets series, it was a series of simulated pets using a weird engine that just sort of depicts everything through circles, and so they're really weird, uncanny animals. Pet Simulator. It is also canonically one of Noel Holiday's favorite games. How's that for a way to relate to the modern audiences? Or at the very least, a game that she played around with a lot. I think we should swap over to playing some Snakebird. I have a couple of distinct memories of pets. One, uncanny. B, I didn't entirely understand the concept of, like, I think the game did use some real-world clock stuff, and I ended up in a position of, oh my god, I now need to take care of this animal. I can't do this. I can't dedicate time each day to this thing. And so I had a crying meltdown as a kid, and I think Dad went and fired up the game and then did the aunt will take care of the pet for you, and then we quit there and just had that be the way we handled it. Anyway, let's fire up Snakebird. That's my remaining memory of pets. That, and also the pets being uncanny and ugly and hideous looking. So, Snakebird. About 5 years after the release of this game, Nomenon made Snakebird. Let's get the feed running and the audio balanced. Havoc, I understand the instinct, but please give me a moment. It does take a moment. I appreciate the gesture, but I'm setting this stuff up live. And that, of course, ruined the sizing. There. Snakebird. Is there a way to delete the file? Let's see here. Okay, I think I have a way to do this. Properties, Steam Auto Cloud is off. No cloud saves. And while the game is running, delete main.save and steamautocloud.vtf. Then quit the game and restart it. Alright. We'll just play levels adjacent. So. Arrow keys are basically the only control apart from dragging the camera around or zooming in and out. Here is a snakebird. It is a snake and it is a bird. When the snakebird eats a fruit, it grows one tile longer. With all fruits eaten, the rainbow portal appears. Just like that. What is the controls for Q for undo? If we collect that fruit first, at least when going upward, we instantly lose because we gain one length, which means the left and right is blocked. We cannot turn directly around on ourselves, and we cannot actually jump. I really appreciate how the eyes widen. So you may have noticed, this game is infinite free undos. You might think of this as being a huge, huge blessing and something that might trivialize the game. I mean, what could be a better tool than having infinite free undos, you know? It won't save you. This game is very, very difficult. Oh hey, checkmate. I have never beaten this game, for the record. There are puzzles in this game that I have never, ever solved. Am I checkmated? Nope. And then, as a reminder, while this game is incredibly difficult, a few years later they did release a game called Snakebird Primer, which is a much more simple and, like, traditional difficulty curve, where the ending of Snakebird Primer is about the difficulty of the mid-game of this one. But yeah, the design of the puzzles in this game, I think, are a masterclass of getting a lot out of a little. Like, the concepts on behind how this works are immediately evident. Like, how it moves and how you interact with the game is just incredibly easy to understand at a single glance after you've seen the game in motion just a little bit. But through it, it manages to force you to perform lots of esoteric tricks that are a natural consequence of how this particular movement style works. Okay. No way we can go around there. No way we can go around there. We have to get through somehow. And for us to do that, we're going to need our body to be in some kind of specific shape that will allow us to fit through there. But how are we going to achieve that? And what shape even is it? We cannot go up from this side, because inevitably our tail will catch up and we will drop. And with us being a length of 4, we cannot rotate around our body like this to move our head downward. Okay, what if we do this? Nope. Now we're checkmated in a different way. If we go 3 up, once again, same thing. 3 up and this way. That gets us square, and once again we are... This may be something that we have to do from earlier on, like up here. It could be that the only way for us to reach the position that we need is to come in like this in some way. You know, by starting this game up, I knew what I was signing up for. But still, it's a little humiliating to be completely lost on the 3rd level. But you know what? That's what Snakebird is. This is a game for puzzle sickos. I think if I'm facing left from here, I'm already checkmated. Like, I'm not sure if there's any way for me to... Yeah, and if I ever go to, like, the left or right, then I'm checkmated instantly as well, because the tail will have to catch up. And because of my size of 4... This might be something? No, I've already done this. Let's try level 5. There we go. right platform. It's so weird. It really is incredible how easily, ruthlessly, and quickly this game makes you think, okay, but this level is just impossible. There's no solution for this. Hey! Samesies. It's like, this is blatantly not possible, isn't it? That's Snakebird. Child's first rage bait puzzle game. You're not wrong. It's so weird. I feel like I'm on something here. I believe iOS releases of this game do exist, along with Snakebird Primer. You know what? Okay. Level 4. Alright, Havoc. What do we do? Let's show the audience what the actual correct solution to this is. I believe it's a face plant technique of some kind, where we drop face first onto a platform and then work from there, but...
Riverside Wings just rated with 5 viewers.
Moo-chan! Face first onto the lower platform is the main thing. We are playing... Anyways, welcome, Raiders. We just got finished playing a game... Up left. There it is. We were playing a game called Nimbus, which was the first release by this developer. And now we are playing Snakebird, which is a triple black diamond of a puzzle game, despite the beautiful and cutesy look of it. And to give you an idea of just how difficult of a puzzle game this is, despite simplistic and cutesy looks, I got stuck on level 4 just now. And you might think, okay, streamer skill issue. But also several of my viewers also said, well, this puzzle's just impossible. Right up until you solve it. Infinite undos. And they've released after the release of this game, a couple years later, they released Snakebird Primer, which is a more reasonable difficulty puzzle game, using the same mechanics, in which the ending of Snakebird Primer is approximately the middle point in difficulty of this one. Come in from... no. It's not possible to enter from that side. Oh, I think I get it. Conceptually, I think I understand what I need to be doing here. We need to be doing that kind of stomp thing where okay. From here, then let's try this first. And then this. Like this. Fully stand. Bite. There we go. Did you think it was complicated before? Did you think it was complicated before? Welcome to Snakebird, baby. We got 3 different colors of snakebirds for a reason. Suddenly not interested. Yeah, that's fair. This is a good puzzle game. I will say that. I feel like this is a trap. Yeah, it is. Okay, with the 2 of them up here, is there a way for me to have them trade positions safely? Yeah, while it is an easier version of the game, Snakebird Primer is genuinely a fun puzzle game. I think the fact that I was raised by the fact that I played the Snakebird original back when it released means that I've been forged by the fires of this game. So Snakebird Primer I found to be a little bit too easy, but honestly it's probably an excellent game if you play them in the opposite order than I did. Okay, I think I have an idea. Wait, no, just like that. Damn it, that puts the green one at the bottom again. That just gets us like this again. Blue gain up to that section is not possible alone. We need green's help. But can blue make it up first? Wait. Okay. Look at this. A lot of the trick for untangling how to play this game is understanding that you need to do a lot of priming of what shape you want the Snakebird to be in advance. And so that was a case of me making the realization of blue can get there if it is a Tetris Z shape. Or S shape, whatever. If it's that sort of Tetris block shape. With its face pointing to the right. You're terrified at what the 1 star could be? It's hell, that's what. The Snakebirds need to it's conceptually obvious what you're supposed to do here, but achieving it is another matter. Conceptually, we need to get that pair of blocks where the top ledge is hanging off of those spikes, and then use that as like a platform for which we can then proceed to like hanging trolley our way across with the rest of the Snakebirds. But you know, how do you do that? At least the music is cute and nice. Lovely and calm. Also, you can click on stuff. That's cute. But yes, to beat the game, to win, I almost called this game Snake Farm. To win Snakebird, you need to gain access to every cloud level. Levels are unlocked adjacently. You need to beat every cloud level, which will reveal a finale level, and then you need to beat that. Who likes teleporters? And so like conceptually, I see, once again, it's a game of figuring out what sort of position you need to be in advance before you try and figure anything else out. So we're looking ahead at the end of the warp, and the way I'm seeing is I need to get the Snakebird into this position. Like that. When I warp, that way I can do this. Wait, really? That's how that works? Okay. Is there anything I can do from up here? I can get myself stuck? That's cool. Is there any way for me to bring blue high enough without blue standing straight up? And I think the answer is no. That's almost something. We can enter it from the side. But it doesn't look like that helps either. I am kind of jumping between levels, Pokemaniac. Full disclosure. This is one of the star levels that I have actually solved before. But, you know, since it's been more than a decade since I last fired this game up, I could not tell you what the solution is anymore. Might have an idea. This is a technique I call face pushing, and it is a very important technique that will actually help you solve a lot of levels that will seem completely impossible. Snakebird Primer actually directly teaches you this through a specific level, but sometimes you want, in this case, red to be perfectly straight while looking left, while also as far to the right as possible. And so if we have green push them, and then we have red push back, and green push, then red push, if you'll notice, we've actually straightened out red entirely. When before, red had a curved body. There's a couple of levels where that technique is mandatory. That doesn't feel like the solution to me. You are so right. This game is Snakebird, it's not Snakebird. Snakesbird. Drinking a glass of milks. Easy. Don't you love an easy level? Snakebirds are very, very greedy. This is true. I remember seeing back on Twitter, Nomenon had a account for this game and just for their company in general. And a while after the iPad release, someone said a month ago or so, I introduced this game to my dad on the iPad version, and he sent me this, and it's a picture of the entire map, all levels cleared, with a message saying, "Just finished. Wow, that was hard." And I'm like, damn. Secret incredible super puzzle expert dad. Speaking of Super Puzzle, I recommend the game Super Puzzled Cat. That's unrelated to the Snakebird, and it is a game I have highlighted before, but Super Puzzle Cat got some sort of esoteric update recently that very mysteriously had only the patch note of added more Malice Cat. There we go. Malice Cat is a character in the game, and basically it's Super Puzzle Cat, but evil and mean. And she does evil and mean things, like having a pair of binoculars that has a glare as opposed to a pair of eyes. Super Puzzle Cat is much, much less brutal than this, and is one of my favorite puzzle games of all time. Super Puzzle Cat has the Moo seal of absolute approval. It's also a little bit one of those puzzle games that has a whole bunch of secrets and stuff to find for really dedicated players. Okay, I understand conceptually what I'm supposed to be doing here. Lift. Can't push to the left yet, and I can't push to the left like that either. But I can't let it drop, I don't think. Yeah, if I let it drop, then it's just checkmate. Super Puzzle Cat does have some precision, but also Puzzle Cat has infinite, limitless save states as just part of a gameplay mechanic. Oh, I did it. And they introduce this to you very blatantly by the second level just being called unfair. And it's got some signs that tell you about the use of save states. And then a pit that has spikes in it that you need to jump down in order to figure out where the gap in the spikes is. And then you jump down to the bottom and you reach the exit. And then over to the left of this divided section, you see half of a sign that says bonus area. And so you rewind and you land on that half of it, and you walk over toward the area that you saw bonus area, and the camera pans over to show Super Puzzle Cat in a jail, and the other side of the sign saying, "I wish this was a bonus area." Aww. And so the game, just as part of its design, deeply encourages you to throw a couple lives away to see what's going on. This is weird. Also, that's a wall, so this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. Snakebird. Do I just need to get out of the way? Is that all there is to it? Oh, okay. I need it to drop, but after I'm already in? How could I do that? Okay. Once again, I am in the position of conceptually I understand what the game is asking of me. Although I do kind of wonder if I'm checkmated already by having pushed out the slide block. Ah. Man, I really thought I had it there. I really thought I had it. I do think the idea is sound, though, but just... goodness. Or maybe... Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Ah. That, my friends, is Snakebird. If you like the concept behind this game, but you're looking at this and going, I don't think I could stomach playing this, try playing the game Snakebird Primer. Snakebird Primer is a reasonable puzzle game, whereas this one I would hesitate to call reasonable. And if you are the kind of sicko that looks at this and goes like, oh, this will take me forever to figure out, awesome, then consider picking up Snakebird. In any case, though, that's going to be sort of our highlight of Nomenon's games. I don't believe they've released anything apart from these three. Let's see what achievements I have. Complete all levels in the island tile set. 17% of players have achieved this. The starting tile set. Only 17% of players have ever beaten all levels with that tile set. In any case, though, that's going to do it for our impromptu highlight of Nomenon's games. Let me go and put a couple of links in chat for anyone who's potentially interested in those. And then while we're talking about cool puzzle games, I might as well put a link to Super Puzzled Cat while I'm at it. There's the link for Snakebird Original. Here is the link for Snakebird Primer, the much more reasonable puzzle game version of Snakebird. And here is the link for Nimbus. Snakebird, Snakebird Primer, and Nimbus are $7, $8, and $10 respectively. So, each of the individual games less than a 10. And yeah. Oh, right. And because we were talking about it, and because I am a big proponent of the game, Super Puzzled Cat by Penguin Mug Games. One of my favorite puzzle games of all time. Super Puzzled Cat can be hard, but it's also got lots of stuff in it that is not obscenely difficult. And yes, because it is a game that Moo has played, it's a bullet hell too. But yeah, there's some secrets in Super Puzzle Cat that require you to do very, very tricky stuff, but you can get through most of the game at a reasonable difficulty, and it's just extra secrets for the unbelievable super challenge. Super Puzzle Cat is $17. And yeah. Super Puzzle Cat, June 24th. Malice Cat updated. Alice added more Malice Cat. No further details. Alright. We got someone who's playing through Half-Life. Rabbit Echoes has been playing Half-Life for 3 hours now. The original Half-Life is an excellent game, one that I might actually highlight myself. Not exactly the most notable indie release or low profile or esoteric game, but you know, Half-Life is just a really good game that's kind of iconic. Tell them the slime sent you. Looks like they are in the last third of the game, approximately. Later portions of Black Mesa. To another place, my friends.